Welcome to the Bucket Brigade. I'm your host, CooperAir, also known as Daniel, and this is my co-host.
Hi there, it's me, Izzy, or Misfit Devil, however you want to go about it again. Yes, and welcome to the Bucket Brigade. We finally, oh wait, no, I think we talked about it last time, that we decided on our name.
Yeah, they changed the name. It's all good now. Got a logo for it. It should be up with this episode. I haven't really added the name to the logo. That way it's 100% done, but it's pretty much set. So that's exciting. Can't wait.
It is. Very
Finally have a
excited.
proper name for the show, not a stolen name in a sense.
Yes, right.
Even
And
though
it's
there's a bunch of things with like airsoft or chair softing, so it's like it's not like that big of a deal, but I just want something original still that's ours that we can keep using for fun.
excuse me. Yes, exactly. So anyway, we're gonna hit off our topics for today, or for this show anyway. Dan, you mentioned about how far are you willing to travel for an airsoft field?
um yeah, I mean, I guess for me, how far is the Black Ops field by us?
It's like
That's no more
from
than like what?
you, it's like 10-minute, 15-minute drive,
Yeah,
depending on traffic.
I would say the longest would be the I think 45 minute to the Milwaukee Airsoft Arena,
Is
because
that the
that's
one
the
where you always fall because everyone put BBs on
yeah,
the
that's
floor?
the one that's inside of a parking garage, technically. Yeah,
Okay, then that'd be
yeah.
fun too. Wear knee
That
pads.
that's a big knee pad one because you that's like kneeling on concrete and BBs that feel like marbles and Legos underneath your knees.
My God,
Yep.
I don't want to
So
feel
like that,
that.
I think about 40 minutes is probably the furthest I'd be willing to travel for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same boat too. Like we had to plan it. It's like a special occasion or something, or we need to try something different or whatnot, or we have itch, but nothing's available. Um,
Yeah, yeah. It kind of brings
unless
it into like the topic of like always thinking about if you ever feel like a burnout, maybe go somewhere new for airsoft and just try that and see if it fixes it. But
yeah,
yeah,
it'll be an adventure.
yeah.
I mean,
Sometimes going somewhere new, just kind of changing it up, kind of helps with that.
yeah, I do agree with that. Or like do buy an outrageous gun and see if you like it. Give
Dude,
yourself a purpose.
I don't want to talk about buying and guns. That good lord, dude. The sales on e-bike are really good for Black Friday. There's a couple of stuff on there that I
I know
want to
you're like a
buy.
crackhead.
I know. I'm like looking at it, trying to pull the trigger and out. Like, there's a rifle I really want on there that's on sale. Like really, really bad because I'm like tempted to replace the spar with something different to be my DMR. So I was like,
Yep.
do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? It's that Matrix. I think it's the Matrix Warlord. It's like the top of like it's hard to like the top part reminds me of like a Scar or the ACR from like Modern Warfare with the body of an M4 for the lower receiver. And it's
Okay
got
then.
like it's built to be a DMR and I'm like, dude, this would be so cool to have. And then they make the pistol form of that, which is like your CQB size, which would be also fun to have too, but I'm like, man, that's $164 with it's got some decent like parts in it, which is like worth it for that price. I'm like, I can see that. That's a worth price. So I think the upper is full metal. If not, I think it's at least polymer. So I know
All
the
right.
lower. I think if I remember, the lower is polymer, but it's looks like it's built pretty good, and there's been flying reviews on it. That means it says it's really good. So it's
All
looks
right.
worth it. And I'm like, man, I want to buy that. And then I wanted to buy the cheap CO2 pistol that's got a hop up adjustment. That's like a basically a Glock. And I'm like, that'd be just for
Yes,
the
I do.
winter. But at the same
Uh-huh.
time, my lovely fiance is already planning to buy me a pistol for Christmas.
Wait, you're getting married? No, I know you're getting married.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, not until like probably 2026, 27. So I got
That's
some
fair.
years. Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
dude, I can't afford it right now. I'm like, dude, that's another fucking like buying a whole
10
nother new
grand.
used car. How much is gonna cost for a marriage?
Right. And it's not that bright of idea to go and, get married in this economy anyway. And I mean, like, I'm grateful that the airsoft economy hasn't gone anywhere.
No, it's if anything, it's actually gotten really reasonably priced. To be honest, I think if
Yes.
anything, the fuel prices have gotten a little more expensive, but that's because they bumped it up due to the fact amount of additions they add to it. So I'm willing to pay if they're going to add stuff to it. I'm not going to be able to pay if they're not going to.
Yeah, and that's how it should be for every field. Like, if you're gonna upcharge, you better make sure you bring something new to the table. I feel if I was running a store, I'm not gonna upcharge you just to get more money out of you. I gotta upcharge you because I'm gonna get more things for you guys to have when you come here. So it makes it worth being here, going here, staying here, enjoying your time here, that sort of thing.
Yep, that's kind of like the same thing with like bringing in our next topic, which I would say is the events and are you know like what you would like to go to those or anything, or is it more of a willing because of all like the crazy stuff like let's say the American Milsim events like is it worth going to it to you, or would it be like one of those you want to pass on for the
Um,
price point because like they're like usually around $100 if not
right.
160
I mean,
or
like, if you're
$60 depending on if you're going for one day or not.
right. I mean, like, I think it may be worth it. I mean, only for me for speaking is because I go to concerts and I'm willing to drop, 200, 300, 500, depending on who I'm seeing,
Holy shit.
well, yeah, because I went and
Jesus
saw,
Christ.
well, because I'm like, I don't get the back row seats. I'm always in the pit. I get snake pit tickets. I went and got and saw Slayer like 5 times, Metallica. I was up in center with them and I saw Foo Fighters. Like if I'm going to a show, I'm going to make sure I'm getting the most out of it and I'm going to make an experience out of it all.
That's fair.
If you're willing to do that for something you're passionate about, definitely go and check it out. Not all of them are going to be up to your par. Some are going to surprise you. It's, like you don't know what to expect, and that's the best part about all of it. I would say, like, if it's worth it, it's personally up to you. But if you like to take it a step further or get out and, not, get out of that burn zone, this is also probably one of the best times to do it is to go try a whole completely different event that you never did where you stay overnight, you do black op missions overnight, you do like special tasks, stuff that you normally don't do out in a regular day, like that we would spend $25 just to be there for a few hours and then shoot the shit out of each other. um I'd say it's probably worth it then if you're gonna go on that helicopter ride to go and shoot everybody down or do those night missions and whatnot. Like that's probably the most intense shit right there, unless you have some night vision and you got like a group that's synchronized. But most of the time it's not going to be that way. It's just going to be like us average guys that just want to try it just for the shits and giggles of it, and it's going to be hell and it's going to be fun. I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair. Like for me, like the only event that I'm really looking forward to next year, hopefully, is still Autumn Fog. I really want to go to it. It looks so cool. 3 factions fighting it out on the new field, which is really big. So I'm like,
Yeah,
that's like looks like it'd be entertaining. I've done, I don't know, you've done a couple Milsim events with me, and they've been fun. Like it just
yeah, they
depends.
have.
Like there have some of them have been good, and then some of them have been kind of meh. But it just depends on how it's played out for you and how they kind of like work the day out with you. Like how they're gonna like, all right, we got a mission here, or you get
Or
stuck on patrol watching an area that nobody's doing anything. But again, that's Milsim, and it makes sense why at the same time. But I'm
uh,
like, yeah, that's not for me. That part of it, I still kind of like to be in the action a bit more.
yeah, I don't blame you. I'm on the same boat too. Yeah, it also depends on how much they want to fuck you and like what's the word? Where they want to spawn you.
Yeah,
You know,
as long as they're rolling vehicles on the big fields for like taking people to where they need to go for spawning for like events like that, yeah, then it's fine. But if you're going to be on a big field and you're walking all then in the spot and then just no one wants to transport you over there, that fucking sucks. That
oh
would be
yes,
a
that
turn away
goes
from
a
me.
lot of ass.
That's a big
Yeah, so I
that and all the
remember
prep for it and wearing the right camo, making sure you have enough food for the day.
yeah, or getting food or making food. I mean, like it's good that the airsoft field now provides like hamburgers and stuff like that. Because I remember last time we went and I got a hamburger there or a hot dog or a hot dog. Bleh. At least I didn't get a hot dog, but I got a hamburger and it was pretty good. For what they're pricing it as, it's not bad. So
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it
like,
was fair.
yeah, I mean, again, it depends on the season you go. Obviously, it was summer and spring, and they had cookout and whatnot, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's good, good shit.
Yeah, it was worth.
Yeah. So speaking of
Uh,
which, you mentioned camo when you want to prep for the field. And I guess that's tricky because the seasons change, and I know you are fanatic with camo.
um, yeah, I have way too much camo. If I buy any more camo, I'll be a surplus for just camo. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I honestly just love camo. Like I have a big fucking fantasy of just owning so much different types of camo. I just love it. Like the only thing I don't own is a snow set because I just don't see the value of it at the moment for us because we
That's
don't go out in the
true. I've
winter.
never seen you wear white.
The closest would be that urban digital, which is basically only good in like if you're inside of like a parking garage really, and even then it's got to be like with LED lights, not that yellow lightish colors that most of them have.
Yes. Okay.
Because it's like the whitest I'll get, but it's still like a faint gray, but at least it blends in better than just straight woodland walking around in snow.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I mean, like I'm looking at one of the sets, that black multicam, which looks really really cool.
Oh,
So like
that's
I
the
could
only
wear it
thing.
for both sides when we go to the field, because for our field it's a green and tan, and most of the tan is like just your normal multicam, and then green is a lot of the woodland colors.
Well, yeah, naturally.
That, and I'm like with everybody we go out with, it's like the other part of my friends, they wear the tan fraction colors, and then when I go with you and your brother, it's all green, and also the people that would go with you, they're all wearing green fraction colors, and I'm like, I just want to set where I can go out, and I'm like, I can go on either team and not really give a fuck and have to worry about what I'm wearing for the day.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't have is helmets to match all those camos. Like that's the one thing I don't have enough of, is helmets that are not freaking green. I had a tan helmet. I spray painted that damn thing green because it was an ugly tan. It was like a bright, like mustard tan. It was like very, very
Oh,
much not like a normal tan. It was like a fluorescent tan, like the highlighter tan, like a highlighter
that's
bright
like
tan.
a facility. Like I don't know, PPE.
It looks straight factory new if it was like as fake as it could get new. So yeah, no, I spray painted that green and like a foliage brown with some leaves over it to give it some camel colors. And you've seen that one. That's the one with the ear
Yep.
covers on it, the big bucket, the bucket
That's
helmet.
right. I
Yeah.
remember that one.
To this
Oh,
day,
it's
it's still one of my favorite helmets because I love the design. It's lightweight, but it fits loose, and my head's big enough for it fits perfect. But sometimes it's a little too loose, and I can feel it rattling and thrashing around on me. And it's heavy as
oh
shit when you got like crap on it. It's like I'm running a GoPro and I got the battery pack behind me, and since it's loose enough, you can feel everything move, and it just makes so much noise. And
yeah.
then I have
Oh,
another one that Adrian I bought from Adrian for like $10, and it's thicker and it's heavier, but it
mm,
doesn't move as much. And I've been using that one, but it doesn't have ear covers until I bought like Ear Pro on it. So yeah, I don't know. I've been constantly swapping back and forth between the two of those because they're my favorites so far out of all the helmets I've have.
well, yeah. I mean, like, I know you're the only one that really rolls with camo. Me, I don't. I only just go in black because that's always, it matches everything for me that I wear, even outside, even at work, and even when I'm out and about, being my little civilian life.
Yeah,
I just wear black.
I play the fashion soft style. Just
Yeah, you
throw
do.
out all the fancy clothes and equipment wise, and like look at me, I'm all decked out, and then it's just like this stuff sucks because it doesn't feel right because it's not broken in half the time. Like I go back to the woodland camo all the time because that uniform I like broken the fabrics of the where it's just so loose and comfy, and
Yep.
like doesn't have that stiff feeling. All the new shit so freaking stiff.
Yeah, that's you gotta take it through a washer, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I gotta wash it like 400 different times to break it apart. It's like I need to throw fabric softener in it with something.
Fuck, just throw it under your car and run it over.
Like I was like it's the new set. Like I gotta like I've watched it twice and it just still feels like it's a brick. And I'm like, dude, what do I need to find a way to break clothes in easier for this. because I want to go out with the new the stuff I got, and it's like I think it's a Russian or at least a German style camo. It's something like that. I think it's German digital, and it's got the knee pads built into it, which is the reason why I got it. I was like, dude, I really want a set with built-in knee pads so bad.
Me too,
It's been so
honestly.
nice. I wish it was a little thicker for the padding, but to be honest, it's still it's so good. I can't
Yeah,
recommend them enough. Like you should be able to find some black tactical pants that just have the built-in knee pads,
I
or at least the slots for you
do.
to buy just the pad. If you had to buy the pads separate, like I think
Well,
Amazon's got
right.
them for like 30-40 bucks.
And I'm gonna try and look into that. I think I tried at one point, but I don't know. I just like I never rolled with it. Then again, I completely forgot about it.
Another option would be to kind of makeshift the pants used for airsoft and somehow attach knee pads to it where they don't
Oh yeah,
shift.
you just gotta get Taylor to do it.
Yeah, I was like, just find someone to do it. If you have
Double stitch.
a family member that was really good with doing that kind of stuff, then just do it. Gee, there's moments where I thought, wonder if I could just take some shoe goo because it moves enough and just glue the shit to it. It's like what I used for my ghillie suit, because then at least the fabric was able to kind of like bend a bit more, and the goo was like more stretchy and like wiggled
Yeah,
enough with it, so it didn't like it wasn't super stiff, and it would actually be all right with being tugged on. So I was like, yeah, this stuff works great.
right. I mean, there's a few pants out there that are on Amazon. They're like for like industrial like tool pants. Like they got tool pockets and whatnot, and that's not bad. I actually might roll with that next time.
Yeah,
Uh,
I also looked at a straight black set just for myself.
yeah, if they got my length,
And I was like,
because
dude, I wonder if I should. I was leaning. I'm like, man, maybe I should just start rolling black uniforms. And I'm like, nah, that's not really me. And then I seen that the multicam black, and then I've also seen that the snakeskin black pattern. And I was like, all right, those two I can rock. Those would be great. And I picked the black multicam, and I'm slowly regretting it, man.
ah,
I
uh,
love it. I still think it's one of my favorite camos because it's like it's so usable. Like I can use it in the woods at our field, and it would work really well. And I'm like, and it would be great at night too. For if I ever go into like an indoor arena, it'd be perfect too. But I
yeah.
can't find anything reasonably priced because I'm not spending like $200 on a plate carrier or a chest rig
Fuck that.
for
No, I'm
airsoft.
not doing
Not
that.
for airsoft. As cool as it is, good. Like it would be useful in real life if any like the shit hits the fan.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna bother with that. If I'm gonna buy even also camo for around here, it's gonna be woodland for that kind of stuff. I don't care. And it's that at that point it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just woodland for everyday life would be perfect, or OD green, which is even better. Or even cheap out
Yeah.
and just straight buy black, and it'd still be like not as expensive. But yeah, the multicam black is just expensive to find chest rigs that are like really nice and plate carriers. And if I went and got the freaking snakeskin style or just straight black, it's like half the price of that. I was like, I got
Yeah.
expensive taste, man. I'm like over here trying to wear freaking Gucci on the field is what it feels like.
I will say you do, but you know what you want, so I can't fault anybody for that.
I do and I don't, because if it's out of my, if it's like way above my price of what I'm willing to spend, I just sit there and get pissed about it. Because I'm like, I'm just not gonna buy it, but I want it.
I'm not gonna buy it, but I want it.
So I'll flip through like 20 different things to find what I want, and I'll find them, but it's like always over the price when I'm worth like that I want to buy it at. And then I see the other like style that I really do like too, but I'm not about to restart purchasing shit at like a
Right.
better price right now. And I'm like, this is so frustrating.
Yeah, I remember I did that with some pants too, and they just rip.
I was like,
And
I
they
feel
were
like
made out of the best fabric, I guess you can say. And that's what I'm worried
that's
about too.
that's another thing, dude. Reproduction military like tactical gear, like that stuff is easy to rip.
Yeah, and then when they say military grade, they meant like the cheapest
Oh,
shit they can put
it's
in you.
true military grade. Yeah, that's for sure. Like the urban digital pants I have. I think I have the top of just like your basic infantry guy for the jacket, the BDU jacket, and then the pants. At the time I bought them, I didn't realize it was a different quality than what like
Mhm.
you're supposed to match with that. And
Yep.
it's like it's supposed to be I think an helicopter pilot jump pants, so it's thinner and like more like baggy. It feels like sweats without being sweats. But
Yeah,
they're
like
they're comfy. They're super comfy. They're like one of my favorite pants because you can like stretch out and move your legs and like it'd be like really comfy. It doesn't feel like it's like restricting you.
Yep.
It's super nice. I love that style. I can't find them anywhere, but that's the only one where I tore the crotch or like the zipper like onto like my right thigh. It like
Oh,
ripped.
okay.
So I had to like I've
Yeah.
sewed it several times and then glue the sewing so that way it how it had more grip to hold it, and it would just rip further past that sew point to the point where I said fuck it, grabbed the piece of fabric that I had lying around, dyed it green, and it turned into like a neon green, and just sewed it onto it, called it done, and it hasn't ripped ever since. But then you just see this green patch by my crotch. It's still one of my favorite like pants for airsoft, and I would use it all the time, and I would reuse that camo if we didn't live in Wisconsin of like green foliage everywhere.
Yep.
And even then, if I live, we played in more of a building like a terrain where there's a lot more like gravel everywhere, and there was a lot more buildings that looked like freaking cinder blocks. Then
Hmm.
yeah, I would wear it, or just yeah, an urban environment where at least it might work. Because even then, camo pattern is such garbage. That there's a reason why the U.S. decided to dump it because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Unless you had like 20 guys on a wall, that shit was not gonna work. But yeah, no, that's like one of my least favorite camo patterns. But everybody in my group at the time was running it, and
Go figure.
I don't remember. Did you ever get a pair like that,
Uh,
or was it just the snakeskin pattern?
it was just a snakeskin pattern that you got, but I only can relate to this because I went out and I was trying to go back to the gym, but I didn't have any gym pants or whatnot, so I went and got some cargo ones, and they were nice, flexible. They weren't exactly cheap for price wise, but the material, um, they would rip down the crotch if you were trying to do something, extra or whatever. I don't know. Like they weren't meant for whatever reason, and they were very comfortable. They were nice. I liked them. They were light. They just had like that sway sound when you moved,
Yep.
between your legs or when you're walking. And yeah, they did eventually rip in the crotch area, and it's just annoying as shit. So I was like, fuck, now I gotta go do something else.
God, I can remember when that happened to me. I was sitting there, we were in a tree line, and I got down to kneel, and I was like, man, my legs just can't get comfortable when I was on like doing a nice kneel stance, and I'm like, I need to like shift my leg just a little bit far to the like a little further up, and I was on my right, my left knee was down, and my right knee was kind of still up, and it was like I just shifted it slightly forward, and I just heard, shh, and I was like, no. So I'm thinking I ripped it like on my butt crack side. I was thinking that's how it ripped from because I thought I just like ripped the ass cheek spots, and I was like, oh, dude, don't tell me. And I was thinking I'm like patting around back there. I'm like, no, that's fine. What the hell was that? Go through the day, not thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm like, there's like a breeze coming from the front. Like, what? Why does it feel so like there's like a air going through my pants? I look down, it's just a straight like. I'm almost talking. It almost ripped the whole leg off. How far it ripped that far? Like I almost
Oh,
removed my right leg's like pants sleeve part. Like that whole from, I would say up to like my thigh and straight down would have been just completely ripped clean. Cause it ripped like at least 6 inches long through it.
my God.
It was like almost wrapped around. It was so close. So I was like, wow, all right. I wasn't the only one who did that. It was another guy who did the exact same thing with his multicam pants and just straight
Oh.
ripped it. I
Oh
think
my
he was like, I
God.
just bought these too, and I'm like, ooh, that's even worse. Like I've had these like for a couple of years now at least, and they've seen some wear. Yeah, it's it's so disappointing. Yeah, and that's like I tried fixing them several times, and they would rip even further. That's when I was like, fuck it, patched it, and it hasn't even ripped yet. But I think it's because I gave it more give now since I've added fabric to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah. No, it's even better is that the pants don't even match the top because the pants like is like the
Of
urban
course they
digital on the
don't.
top is like a little like greenish and like grayish, where the pants one is green and tannish. It's so
Green and
weird, but they're the same, supposed to be the same thing. But the pattern, I think, with the fabric just dyed it different.
okay then.
So yeah, that it's fun. It's fun having multiple different types of patterns of camo, and some of them may match and may not match.
Right.
Uh, I know my woodland camo pants that I have, they've lasted the longest, even though there's like a slight cut in it.
Uh-huh.
I don't even bother with pairing it. I leave it the way it is because I don't care. That's more of now. I use that pants more now for just like everyday thing of like when I'm working on anything with my dad where it revolves me like doing like house remodeling stuff whenever he does that.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes
Or if
sense.
I'm doing yard work, then I'll just throw those on because I don't really care if anything happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, that's
yeah,
good. I
so I
mean,
got like so many different pairs of pants, and then he said I gotta figure out how to break them in, maybe throw them through the wash a couple more times and see if it just loosens it.
you're right. That makes sense. Yeah, I went through the same kind of. I guess everyone's gonna go through the same process because they look cool when they're presented, but when you take it to the field or when you're trying them on, you know you have to break them in, or like this is a shitty fabric.
Yeah, it's like breaking in a new pair of boots. It's a pain in the ass. But
Yeah,
once
and
you
then
break
later
them
you,
in, they feel good.
yeah, it's like all right, I'm used to this. My body's used to it. Um, yeah, but for me, I don't have anything traditional like that. I actually went to well, I found this out because when I was a field service engineer, I had to get really tough, strong industrial pants. So I found out that Wrangler makes these black cargo pants, and I fucking love them. But they had different varieties of them that had different, variants, different fabric. The the hole that oh, where is it? I think I cut it off on this one. No, it's right here. The hole that are the that's I don't know what they call that sling that hangs off the side of your right pocket. They made it in two
Yeah.
different ways, and so I found out they had two different depths of pockets that they had. Like, because usually I carry a flashlight and I carry a box cutter with me when I went to anywhere out in the state for work because I needed it regardless to hold a flashlight, hold my box cutter because I had to cut things and whatnot. And I found out they had a different variant of the same pants with different fabric. It was more cottony than it was I don't know what the other like um I don't even know what the proper term of it is, but anyway, I fell in love with these pants, and so now I kind of just use them for everything. And I got like 10 pairs, but they are a little pricey. They're like $45 a pair,
Dude, that's actually
but they
not bad if you think about that.
it isn't because some of the pants that I bought from them are double layered by the knees and throughout the entire just the entire pants themselves because I made a tear because I was, leaning and cutting, getting my head or getting my legs cut up and whatnot because of the metal shavings that the CNC machines would make because, people don't like cleaning their machines while I'm servicing them.
Sounds
Um,
about right.
yeah, basically. And I cut them and I'm like, oh crap, I got a hole. And I look in there, I'm like, wait a minute, there's another layer. I was so stunned. And I was like, yes, this is the best $45 I spent.
Well, so yeah, you gotta think about it. Like a pair of like, let's say Levi's, man, those are like $60.
Yeah. Oh
Sometimes
my.
even 80. It's insane. I'm like, dude, I'll just go to Walmart and spend 20 bucks, 15 bucks on a pair of jeans because I just don't want to spend that money.
Yep.
Especially on jeans. Like, it's just jeans. It's their jeans. They're not, I don't want designer jeans. I just need jeans for every day.
Yep.
Like, my favorite pair are American Eagle because I like the way they feel. Fucking 80, $70.
God
Why?
damn.
And they rip easily. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
They're not even
So
true denim anymore. Like they're not like really like workman denim jeans. Like they're just designer jeans and they don't really last long. It shouldn't be worth that. I'd rather go buy the work jeans that last forever. Ugh, man, I'll never understand clothes, man, and just
well, designer clothes anyway. Like,
yeah, that's mainly that, but good god. But
I mean, don't get
camo,
me
man,
wrong.
that's a tough one. Like there's even more camo I still want. I want that
Of course.
the blue camo that Navy men wear for like the digital one of that, but like or like
Oh,
the blotchy style
yeah, yeah,
that is
yeah.
only meant for freaking water. But why not?
Well, yeah, I don't blame you because I'm on the same boat. I have always I love the camo because my favorite color is blue, and naturally I'm attracted to that.
Yep, there's that one. I do like the red style of that one too. But
Yes, the crimson one.
I love the blue camo more. I'm like, dude, I would get a pair. I just wouldn't wear it. It's just kind of be there. It'd be like one of those if I ever go to an indoor arena again, just because at that point it doesn't matter. Not for the outdoor use. That's just not gonna work. I don't want to be like, hey, look at that guy who's like right there. next to everybody else blending in.
Right, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wear all black, and will stick out when I do stick out. But it's not like I'm going there to be spec ops or whatnot. I'm the one carrying an LMG. You see me, and you see a bunch of rounds going our way. You know I'm there for something.
See, you can hear you across the field.
You'll hear me before you see me.
God. Oh
I
man.
love it. I love that intro.
But also, speaking of being able to see people or not see people, ghillie suits.
Yes, ghillie
Worth or
suits.
not worth?
That's your forte because I don't have a ghillie suit.
Um, handmade one, still not worth it, I think, in Airsoft. It's fun, they're cool, but they fucking suck. Like, the
Especially on a summer
traditional
day.
way to take it is like you take old BDUs and you like attach a fishing net to the back of it and like also wrap it onto the front. And then you weave juke onto it, which is basically just burlap sacks tie-dyed into colors that would match the field you're going to. Or you can buy them pre-made online and then just still like string it onto the suit. But
Yep.
then you're like sitting there in the heat with the sun blasting you all day. Shit sucks. It sucks a lot. Like, it's hot. And I've
Right.
read people like did like a lot of research in doing is the first one I did, they explained that the best, like, even like a good way to do it to kind of get some airflow is to cut the back of the shirt and put like a meshing behind it, so when that way you get some air going through it, and even then it still sucks.
And even then, it still sucks.
So I don't know, I'm like, it's hit and miss. Like the new one I have on that I got is more like, it's, think of like cutting up the top part of a suit where it just kind of like straps into your shoulders and then you clips across your chest, and then there's a cape that drapes down. That one's a
Yeah.
little bit more comfy. I don't get as hot wearing that, but it just gets annoying when you're going through like trees and shit and it just snags onto everything known to man. Because then you're
Yeah.
walking and all of a sudden you get yanked and you're like, what the hell?
I'm
Trying
like,
to
what the
pull
fuck?
it and you're thinking you might rip the suit and it's like whatever. Or you keep going, all of a sudden I got this long branch attached to your back and it's just like fuck it, because then it blends you in more with the camo and on
I was
surrounding.
gonna say
But now
extra
you're
camera.
dragging a big ass stick around on it because it's attached to you. And you just gotta like move carefully, and it's just, they're fun. They're a lot of fun, but not practical.
Right.
If you want that true experience where you're just gonna sit in a spot all day long as a sniper, or even just, I don't know, using just a normal AEG or at least a gas gun, because then you're a little bit more quiet,
Yeah.
you can still have a good time with it. But I would say probably just don't bother, honestly, unless you're just like really looking for another play style and need to shake things up a bit and try something new. Then at that point, maybe go for it. It's fun. It's a fun DUI project though.
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, like again, it all depends, I guess, on how you handle it. Like, I mean, it just depends on how you want to play, honestly. Like I know in an urban environment, there was this one video I saw. I think I saw it on Facebook that someone covered themselves in trash bags and cardboard boxes and use a soda can as a suppressor to cover their weapon.
Oh, I've seen that. That looks freaking cool.
That one does look fun.
That's like
And
just a
again,
trash ghillie. That's so good.
yeah, a trash ghillie suit, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
it all depends.
yeah, I mean, like for if you're gonna really go out in the field and you know you're gonna be out there and you chose to be the sniper and you got the patience for it, I'd say it might be worth it. But I mean, like your environment's changing and you have to go to that field that same day. So whatever you got for a ghillie suit, and that goes the same thing for camo, it's not gonna exactly match. So you really gotta, I don't know, make something work that day.
Yep. Yeah, ghillie suits, and going, you have to go to like your local field and then like attach some like foliage from there onto it to really make it look like it's gonna blend, or else it's just kind of there. So like, it could be hit and miss. If you have the time, I'd say do it. It's fun. If you're looking for something new, do it. It's fun. But if you're thinking this is just gonna be the savior of your life, I would say just avoid it and play like, just go out and have a fun time without it. And then if you feel like you really want to do it at that point, just give it a shot. Sure. Just do some research into like the style you want it to be set up as. Because like, even if you did your homemade one, like the one you had to take an old BDU set and then you have to do a boonie hat and then attach fishing net to that, it's a lot of money to do custom ones like that.
It is. So
It's a
you really
lot
gotta.
in time. It took me like at least a week to do the whole thing from a scratch. And then I just repurposed the old suit from my new suit because I was like, I'm not redoing a whole new suit.
Nah.
So like all the ghillie is like faded, so I think I might get some new juke and just like that's all pre-made and just strap it to it
Yeah.
just to kind of give it more color. But good God, yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of time and a lot of effort that
that
I
and
don't
I
have.
thought about that 3D kind of like camoing, which is more like a netting that's like that plasticky fabric
Oh, okay.
that most you can. It's more like just a. It's like a. Think of like a tarp, but it's like
A
all
tarp.
open wavy. It's hard to explain. You can get it for like pretty cheap by like huge ass rolls, and I thought cutting up sections of that and just tying it onto the suit just to kind of make it more blending, like almost like leafy look.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I might do that eventually, but that's money, and I'm trying to save right now. Just don't want to spend too much, way too much.
Right. No, I get that. Like,
Yep.
and I mean, like, it sounds like a cool idea, and from all the movies and whatnot, but it's really fucking time consuming. It's a lot of money. It takes a lot of fuck ups. It's a whole new trade almost that you have to dedicate yourself.
Yep.
Um, from what it's like an art, basically.
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
truly an art form.
Yeah, it is. And those that can do it, fucking props to you. Unless you had somebody do it, then whatever. It's nice to know that you got the money for it because I don't got that.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't. I've done it, and it's fun. It's fun when you get it done right and you do it, and then it's like, all right, how am I gonna like when can I really use this? Like, do I really like think this is gonna work? And then like it's gonna take a couple days of like going out and doing it to get really used to it, and then see the limitations it's gonna give to you
Yep.
to like really figure it
Um.
out. Like I
Yeah,
still
and
haven't
maybe.
gotten it right because I don't wear it enough. So like the last time I wore it was when they did Wilson events, and I was with you
Yes,
guys, and that was the
that's
last
right.
time I wore it, and it was fun. But my gun was like having some limitation effect for me, where I was like, I just can't do much with the weapon I was using, so it wasn't really
Mm.
working well. But it was really good because it helped me like not get destroyed by freaking like squad that was walking past me. So it all
Naturally.
depends. Yeah, like it all depends. But other than getting destroyed by squads and everything like that, what kind of ammo do you like to use to destroy those squads? Like
Uh,
BB
I
size.
I usually use .25s for me. I like the happy medium range. I guess the medium is what it is for my LMG wise because I throw 1,000 rounds every hour or more. I don't know.
Yeah, I think 25s for you is probably good. I would say the next best thing for you would be 28s, but I mean,
Yeah,
you don't really need to be accurate with the LMG. Just dump it, send it range, downrange, and call it done. Ride the lightning over there.
yeah. I mean, it
Now,
depends on the wind, honestly. If it's very
yeah,
heavy, then I'll bump it up to .28s.
yeah,
Um,
my happy medium
that way
is
they can really feel
for
it.
yeah. So for me, it's 28s to 30 if I'm really feeling like I need it. But 28, 25, 25 is the lightest as well go now. 20s is like I'll throw into the LMG just because why not at that point? Or if I'm in an indoor field and it don't matter to me, 20s. Grenades that can be loaded up with BBs, I'll put 20s in it, or even cheaper if depending on the grenade. Like if it's just the spring loaded ones, then yeah, .12s it. Just throw a bunch of those in there and just let it go, because then it's whatever. Or the cheap, like the crappy BBs you get for your guns and stuff they give you pre-made that are just pre-packaged. Save those and throw them in a bottle called junk BBs, and then use it for that kind of stuff that you can waste it on, and it won't damage anything, even your stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like it's even like BB branding. Like honestly, I
Oh
don't think there's even
yeah.
a big issue with where what brand of BBs do you use. I have yet to see a quality brand of BBs that's like you really need to buy this one over the other one, because every one I've ever used is all exactly the same. They're made in the same place in Taiwan. They're the same factory, just different brand.
Right. I'm not surprised.
Like I remember seeing videos of it, and this was years ago. It was like showing where these companies get their BBs made, and like every single the same airsoft company, Vulcan, Elite Force, even Lancer Tactical, they all were made in the same place in Taiwan. So like it didn't matter, but they're all vary in prices and say their BBs are more quality. Yeah,
Right.
bullshit. It's the same thing.
It has the same fucking mold, the same factory.
I was like, the only
Maybe
thing you gotta
they
worry
added a
about
different
is like
color
is
to
the
it.
Yeah, it's like it's just maybe defects, and that's about it. And even then, or the size you're using. But honestly, I'm pretty sure if you wouldn't got the Game Face from Walmart, or is it called Game Freak? I don't know. Game Face, I think is what it is. But you just go from Walmart and buy those in 25s, 20s. I think it, or is it Game Match? I think it's Game Match or something like that. But they'll work just as good. It's the same quality. It's made in the same place. It's honestly not going to
Yeah.
make a difference.
All right. I mean, the only thing I watch out for is obviously don't get .20s. We talked about this.
It's .12s you want to watch out for.
Yeah,
12s are too
.12.
weak, they'll break. Yeah,
Yeah,
20s is
no,
your standard.
fucking shatter your gun.
Yeah, if you're using anything that, you know, people like, you can use in airsoft, the really good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll blow up, the BB will blow up in the fucking barrel and pretty much just cause problems.
Yep, and
Because
then
it's
you'll
just
spend
not
most
able
of the
to.
field just trying to unfuck your mistake.
Yeah, whining about how this kind of destroyed your gun or vice versa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just kind
just
of like
don't
what,
bother.
yeah, kind of what happens to you regardless.
Yeah, gun problems of having used weapons half the time. But
Funny
now, like,
because
the two new stuff I bring out is all brand new, and I don't have any problems anymore. So all my old stuff's kind of just sitting around, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
oh yeah, because now you got all the outdated guns that you were talking about. That fuck, they all have what was it, MOSFET and stuff. And I remember back in my day, we all had to enter that or solder that in and buy the attachments and shit.
Yeah, it went to you gotta like solder it onto the line, or you gotta get a plug and play one, which are plugged into the middle where the fuse was. So like you can get like a Tamiya connection and then connect it to that, and then to the battery. But now it's all within the fucking trigger now.
Yep.
So it's
God,
like, think of an HPA like setup for your, it's all controlled on a board by your trigger, instead of it being just, you know, wires connected by the battery that send a signal to it to say, hey, it's wanting to cycle the motor. So it's like,
right.
wow, this is so much freaking better, because then you can set the speed of it, how many rounds you want to be pumped through when you pull the trigger on any of the settings.
Fucking
I
million.
got yeah, I got one that my current one, I can set it to where when I pull the trigger, it'll fire, and if I release the trigger, it'll fire again.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
You
what, just
can't
like
tell me,
the
that's like the biggest cheat code. And if you get like if you
binary
do,
trigger.
yeah, the binary. And if you get like, so there's certain gear selectors that have like teeth on both sides of it, but it's like half of them are missing in the middle. So when it cycles the piston a lot faster. So think of that with a binary trigger. It'll be even quicker.
Oh my
Now they have
god.
brushless motors for the airsoft for the motor now.
Yeah.
So it's even
No.
better. I'm like, this is insane. Like,
uh,
why? Why do they
I'm
do
so
this to me
happy.
now? I wish I would have joined now, because I'm like, God, man, it'd been so much cheaper knowing the deals. Spending 200. The only thing I'm happy that I did buy when I did was the scar. You can't get a scar for $200 anymore for like a good quality. Everything is like $300 to $400 for scars.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, Dan. It's like,
Like, I'm happy I have my scar. I want to upgrade that one so bad and put like really good stuff in it,
yeah.
but it's just not worth it because I know exactly why I want to.
I know exactly why this does not work.
My problem is that I know if I ever did it, I have to use the original gearbox. I can't figure out a way. And if somebody knows, I would love to know how to replace, like, find a replacement gearbox that's like the quick change spring ones for the Scar, and also like the Tamiya plates and stuff for it, because it's not version 2. It's a form of version 2 gearbox, but Scars have a certain selection plate that is like different than every single fucking M4 style that's out there, which is why I'm like, I don't even want to bother, because if I ever break it, I'm fucked. It's just sitting there looking cool then.
It's just sitting there. There
Then
goes a
it's really
relative one
HPA tap it
too.
at that point, because I have the set, I have the thing to do it, and I'm selling it to your brother. I'm just waiting for him to tell me if he wants it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just I want to use it so bad because I loved it. It's a fun gun. It's one of my favorites. But it's like, if it ever breaks, if certain parts of the internal ever break, it's so screwed. Like, I figured out a way to make it to where I don't have to worry about the ambidextrous like selectors, because that was a bad design flaw on it, the way they designed the damn thing.
Naturally.
But I figured out where I can like take like one of the gears off to where it doesn't use the opposite side to select stuff anymore, and it won't fuck up my gun. But good lord, man, was it before, it was a pain in the ass.
I'm so happy I joined way later.
Yeah, you're probably ecstatic over there, Mister. I'm only gonna buy like LMGs.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, you lucked out that you never broke the hop up on that the saw, dude.
I know. I'm surprised. I fucking put that gun through so much hell. I dropped it. I took it apart. I lost parts to it. I literally got my money for this gun. It's 20 pounds of metal, and I fired 2,500 rounds every game or more, and it
Yeah,
still
dude.
takes M4 mags. And I don't know. I got my money out of that and more out of it. It's been such an awesome gun to have, aside the fucking 20 pounds of weight.
Yeah, the
Like,
most I think out of a gun I've gotten would be the Lancer Tactical that I bought it for $40 off a friend that was basically busted. That I got the most like wear and tear out of it. And then the
like
next one would have been, man, I don't know. Like I would say probably my AK. That I got a lot of wear and tear out of it.
the folding stock one.
The folding stock I did, but it's also the same thing as the one I currently have. They're exactly identical without the folding stock. And the new one,
Oh,
that
okay.
one I'm
Oh, yeah,
using
yeah.
also the black one. Yeah, that one. Oh my lord, I've used that so much to the point where it's like I think I gotta pull the barrel apart and figure out what's going on because it feels like it's a little sluggish, and I think I just need to relubricate everything. But I want to upgrade that one. I really do, but I just don't want to. At the same time, I don't want to crack the gearbox because I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no.
But yeah, your saw, dude. I think there's like one other company that makes hop ups for it, and I think it's I think ProWin makes a hop up for it, and it would have been really good. But at that point, did you really want it to be that accurate?
I mean, like, I was pretty accurate regardless with it.
Yeah, it was still pretty spot
It's
on.
like
But
I knew
yeah,
where I was
no,
going with it.
there was not a lot of aftermarket parts for that damn thing at the time. I would have been like, dude, you're
No,
so
definitely
screwed.
not.
It would have been the same thing as that one, their first airsoft gun. That doesn't have any aftermarket parts. So if anything broke on that, you were fucked.
Yeah, I'm surprised I have not shredded a gearbox on that saw because I
Yeah,
threw a
you're
lipo
running
on it.
Yeah, you're running the 11.1 lipo on that damn thing too, which is even
Hell
funnier.
yeah!
How
Oh
that
my
never got
god,
ripped apart. Yeah, that, and we haven't even. I never opened it up to even lubricate the gears and redo the gears, like to make sure they were
man!
solid. So it's
Oh
probably
yeah, I
seen
know.
some wear and tear. It's like not changing an oil on a car, man. That thing's probably looking at it like, oh God, kill me now.
It's
Like
like I can keep
looks,
going.
yeah, it's holding on. It's probably like barely ready to go. Probably it probably would work still. But man, oh man, did you put a lot of like mileage on that damn thing?
Oh my god, I'm so happy about it. Best money I spent, and I didn't even know it was not supposed to last that long, probably.
I
But
mean, no,
here it
it can
is. It's
last. It's
still
just with the way you're wearing and tearing it. Yeah, that's a
well.
lot
That's
of
what I'm talking
mileage.
about. Like that's the way that I'm talking about. It's like the way that I put so much shit through it. I've dropped it, like I said, and I rarely clean it. And 11.1 lipo going through it. A gearbox, the original gearbox is still in there. And the only thing, and I lost parts to it, like the bipod fell off, and then something from the barrel came off. And then for the hop up, I think, I don't know. I remember I took it apart trying to clean out in the field. And yeah, but
The front sight came off.
yes,
That's what
that
came
too.
off from the front.
I Yeah, but no, there was something internally that popped off, and I lost it in the fucking tall grass once upon a time because I don't know,
Oh
it was
yeah,
firing weirdly, and
God.
I tried to look up for parts for it, and I couldn't find any. I'm like, fuck, and then I put it together and I fired it, and it fires normal. I'm like, okay, I guess I don't need that part.
Yeah, well, I guess I don't need this.
Oh,
It's just useless parts. It's like being a human. What is it
yeah,
that you can
fuck it.
remove and still work perfectly fine? Your gallbladder, and your human body would still work. I guess I don't need that. Just rip it out.
I
Who
guess
cares?
I don't need that anymore.
I guess I only
Yeah,
need one
so
kidney, so just sell the other.
yep, I don't need his pancreas, I guess.
Wisdom teeth. Get rid of those two. Yeah, it's basically
Yeah,
that. It can still function.
I'm good with one eye. Fuck it.
Speaking of functioning and all the maneuvering we do on the field, what kind of workouts would you recommend?
All right. So for workout, again, it depends on what you want. If you are trying to do what I do, lifting, and being a bulk, or a cut phase, it depends on what you eat. Like me, I drink a lot of water. Like every time I wake up, I drink 32 ounces of water before I even drink coffee.
That's actually a very good thing to do. It's like every time I've heard is that the first thing you want to do when you
Skip
wake
or
up is
do
drink a
anything, and I just drink water throughout that.
what was sorry? Oh, hang on. My Discord just sped up out of nowhere. I think I had some internet issues there for a minute because like all of a
Okay.
sudden you weren't talking and it just
Oh.
sped up, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. It was so we'll fix this, but bring it back
All
to
right.
waking up and drinking 32 ounces of water, which is what you said
Yeah. So I got a
before
what?
that happened.
Yes. Before, all right. Yeah. So anyway, I got a water bottle, 32 ounces. I drink a lot of water every day. That's a good start if you're going to be not just proactive in like the field, but and just in general, it's a lifestyle. You know, don't treat it like a chore. It's a lifestyle, and that's the same thing for all going to the gym and doing and lifting weights and whatnot. It's like making a change. It's a part of your life now. If it's going to be a chore, you're going to fucking dread every moment of it, and you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to change any much more better than that too. But for exercise and whatnot, lifting, some cardio, if you're trying to lose weight and stuff like that, well, and you're trying to add this field to your, to your regiment, whatnot, great. Just make sure you just didn't do it right after the gym or like a day after you went to the gym because you didn't give your body enough time to recover. And if it doesn't recover, then you're not going to heal right. I mean, you'll still heal. It's just going to take a little longer, and you're just exhausting more of your body's what is it? Like, exhausting the energy for it to recover more, and you're not going to be at your peak. But yeah, definitely lifting weights. Cardio isn't something that you're going to really, I guess, not deal with a lot, but it is good to have. I mean, like, I don't hate doing cardio. It can be all right because I run a mile, and that's just pretty much it. Or just walk, and then I walk 10,000 steps. I try to walk 10,000 steps a day to make sure that I get my leg, my daily burn, I guess you can say, just passively anyway. But lifting intensely helps a lot if you're going to be carrying a 20-pound LMG and it's gonna kill you if you're not used to it. Like, I remember that one time, Dan, I had you carry it when I ran out of ammo, I think, or it jammed up or something. I can't remember. And I went out with a tomahawk, and you were complaining like, "How do you fucking carry 20 pounds of this shit?"
Well, yeah, dude, I'm carrying my rifle, my kit, along with this fucking LMG slinged around me and banging around on me. Like, dude, fuck that. Shit's heavy when you add it all up.
Well, I know it is, but even then, even if it was because I had my kit and that was the vest and whatnot, and I got my fully sized helmet and the sweater and stuff like that because it was in the winter when we did this, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
uh,
even worse because it's in snow,
but
trudging
that's
through like
nor
foot of snow.
all right. But I mean, like, see, that scenario right there is normal to me.
That's fair. Fair enough. You win this one.
But I mean, like, yeah, if you gotta get used to carrying something like that around, not just by your body, just letting it lay there, but when you're actually holding it and firing it and trying to aim down the fucking thing. Because remember, it's 20 pounds of metal. You better start using, bench curls and whatnot, and bench pressing and stuff like that, and incline curls to keep your upper arms and body up to par, and your back. Your back is so important too. So like Romanian deadlifts, that'd be great too, because your lower back is supposed to support the entire upper part of your chest because all the gravity is going down. And obviously 20 pounds of metal is going to help you go down further. So you want to work out your arms, you want to work out your lower back, and of course your upper back, can't miss that. And some chest is nice too. And obviously your legs, can't miss out on leg day. So like the Bulgarian split squats, that's what I do. And again, there's a Romanian deadlift that I do, and some curls. What are those called? I can't remember the machine.
I
And
say
then hip.
depending on which curls. I'm thinking arm curls, but that's totally
Yeah,
different.
arm curls are great too. Just like the incline curls, those are great
Yeah.
too because you're working against gravity as well. I mean, you can do squats and stuff like that. Hip thrusts, they're good too for your butt tucks because you still got a butt, you still got to use it. And calf rises. And a good one to work out for a majority of your body is like the farmer's walk, where you grab two heavy weights and you try to walk. It's a really good balancing throughout the entire body. and also try to always squeeze hard so you can work your forearms out at the same time. So that way your forearms match your arms when they get bigger. Don't have like bigger upper arms and then small little forearms. It looks weird.
In other words, you don't want to look like Popeye.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you won't look like Popeye because your forearms are small. Your upper arms are gonna be bigger. It'd be the opposite of what Popeye would have.
Yeah, but I mean, like in that kind of that sense, the style where
Yeah, and then if
arms
you
are a
want to
little
look like
wonky for the
Popeye,
rest of the
then
body. Yeah,
yeah, you gotta evenly proportion your size out if
it'd
you
be like
want to
also
get like.
looking like SpongeBob with the blow up, arms on him and
Oh
chest
yeah,
being
like that.
flat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like
yeah,
that. You'll look like that if you don't do the other side.
yeah. You don't want to look like that. It looks wrong. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, but I mean, like for an everyday passive thing, try to get 10,000 steps in. Drink a lot of water. Stay away from soda naturally. It's not the end of the world if you drink a soda here and there. And obviously, for best results, stay in your calorie limit. That way, you're not gonna be huffing and puffing all the time when you're trying to walk, run, or basically just run. Because I know sometimes when we're in the field, you got to go and haul ass. You're gonna go and haul ass. But
Yeah,
yeah, don't drink soda during the field either, because it does shorten your breath. There was a study on it. It takes about like 3 hours for 3 to 6 hours or something to regain the proper breathing back when you drink something like that. But it's soda. I don't expect it to. It all depends on how you want to handle your body and how you want to handle your play style. For a sniper, I guess it's like more of like carry all this weight and then sit and wait and burn in the heat. That'd be like endurance or something.
yeah. So definitely building up endurance for airsoft is probably really good.
Yeah.
Just because you kind of, if you're running all day and you're not really thinking about it, you kind of want that extra stamina to give you that boost.
Yeah. Even when you do leg day, you still gotta walk 10,000 steps a day. So that way your body's still, you're still doing the things that you need to do in order to get a healthy regiment throughout your I guess you could say your career in life in general.
True,
So
very true.
yes. That's why I also downloaded an app and I got a watch that keeps track that's hooked up to my phone that keeps track of all my steps. Like right now I did 5,771 steps and I still got a lot to do. Well, I got half of it to do. And it's
Yeah,
not the end of the world if you don't get 5,000 steps. You can get
gotta.
7,000, 8,000, 9,000. It's like it's a starting point. It's not the end of the world. Even if, like I said, if you have a can of soda, not the end of the world. Go ahead and have it. You got to have that mental food too. Like there are days like, wow, this sucks. I could use a soda right now. And go fucking grab a soda and enjoy it. And it brightens up your mood and brightens up your day. So, you know, there's that. But if you're out in the field, do get Gatorade and get those electrolytes or anything that has a high electrolyte count in it. That will also help and benefit you in a lot of ways. It doesn't have to be Gatorade. There are certain like supplements that do you put into a water bottle of some sort. That way you could regain what's lost, and that you'll hold the water in your body better because you just sweated it all out.
God, ain't that the
So
truth, dude? Oh my
yeah, you'll
god.
sweat it all out, and you're gonna want to get more water, and you're gonna sweat that out more, and you're still gonna need more water. But you need a hold on that water, so salt. You're gonna want plenty of salt in your diet because the water molecules attach to your muscles, and they help them grow bigger. I forget the terminology. Hydro. I don't want to say hydrochloride. That doesn't make sense. Hydro. I can't remember the term, but anything with hydro involves water regardless, or a type of liquid. Yeah, for the best workouts, those are the ones that I recommend. Obviously, don't kill yourself over them. Start out easy, start out light, do your proper form and posture. That always goes a long way, so that way you're getting the max benefit out of all your workouts, and walking and running too. Last thing you want to do is step on something wrong and do something wrong, and then you throw yourself out of the game for a good while or forever.
Yeah, that's true. Gotta watch out for them potholes on the field, man.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we got for today. I'm gonna close it up there. Thank you all for joining us on this lovely ride,
Oh
talking
yes.
airsoft and working out and camo colors and the fashion of airsoft.
Fashion soft.
Yeah, really fashion soft.
Soft fashion.
Good lord.
Damn.
Yeah.
We should probably open up a show for it.
Yeah, and that new podcast idea here, guys. You don't want stealing it. All right.
Fashions, like
I'm gonna be
almost like
suing
Dark
if that
Souls.
happens. Just call it
Fashion
Fashion
Souls.
Soft.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap this up here, everybody. You guys
All
all have
right,
a
yeah.
wonderful day.
Yep. And remember, call your shots. And if you see a red fucking flag, doesn't mean shoot it, you fucking assholes. Yes, I'm not over that.
You'll
I
never
still
be
remember
over
it.
that.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, don't
Don't be-
forget to ride the lightning as well.
Oh yes, don't forget to ride the lightning. Keep firing. When in doubt, shoot.
When in doubt, shoot it out.